Yeah, so I filed a notice of removal for all of these cases because I don't believe that this court is capable of acting in an unbiased way. But I mean, there's been no response from the city, but to this point, I mean, just the last court date we had, perjury was committed. I mean, you guys put on the record that I failed to appear. I spoke to you.
You did fail to show up to the Wayne County Jail. You were ordered to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail. You haven't showed up. You still haven't showed up. So you still disobeying. No, let's not do this. This is how it started the last time. You still disobeying the court's order, and you have to do 30 days. You have to present yourself to the Wayne County Jail. You have a warrant out for your arrest. And before we go over this other stuff, you got to go. You have to go to the Wayne County Jail. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So
I said what
I can increase the time if you can take to not be.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're watching a judge deal with a sovereign citizen who thinks he can just remove his cases from reality. Jamil claims the court is biased and talks about notices and perjury, but the judge cuts through it instantly, dragging him back to the one thing that actually matters. He was ordered to do 30 days in Wayne County Jail and has flat out refused to show up. The tension spikes as the judge forces him back to real law.
So I don't know why he's still sitting here.
Well, Your Honor, if the court will allow, we would like to attempt resolution of the matters that are on the docket. So I would ask if the court could stay the contempt proceedings and allow him to handle these matters.
No. It's been well over a year. No, he's gonna have to go turn himself in, and we'll deal with it that way.
Your Honor, if the court could, just in the interest of justice and judicial economy, if he could resolve these matters, if he's still going to have to do the 30 days in Wayne County Jail, if at time of sentencing, it could all be wrapped up together just to not further delay his constitutional right to speedy trial.
He's delayed his rights. He's delayed his rights to a speedy trial.
And I do have a resolution, Your Honor.
No, I don't want to. I'm not even going to entertain it. We're that ship has sailed. We tried to give him that opportunity a long time ago. He kept being contemptuous in the court. He comes with these far out legal theories that he has that I quite frankly, don't know where he's coming from on that. No, I'm not gonna even entertain that with it.
And Your Honor, I completely understand the court's position. I completely understand if he still has to do the 30 days Wayne County Jail, but I think that he was potentially misguided, did not understand the finer points of the law, court rules, and courtroom behavior and procedure. So now that he has the assistance of counsel, which I'm not saying that he didn't have the assistance of counsel before, if the court would allow him.
We offered him counsel then. He denied the counsel. Go back and look at the video. It's got over 270-some thousand views on it. And I told him that 30 days will give him an opportunity to read up on the law and so he can make it and understand how this process goes. So go ahead to the Wayne County Jail. You can take they probably have some legal books there, and we'll hear these matters when you come out, sir.
Your Honor, is any of this on the record or no? Or did we not?
No.
Here the attorney tries to rescue Jamil from his own mess, asking the judge to pause the contempt so they can quietly resolve everything on the docket. The judge isn't having it at all. He points out it's been well over a year, Jamil ignored the original order, and all the legal games in the world don't erase the simple truth that he still owes those 30 days in jail, no exceptions. You can already see the gap between real law and his fantasy.
Before the court, and they can zoom in from the Wayne County Jail, and we'll resolve it that way. But until he turns himself in, he's got a warrant out for his arrest. He's had this warrant out for, I don't know how long. I can look back into the record, but, and he's never presented himself. So he was contemptuous then. He continues to not follow or obey the court's orders. So he has to go through the time. Or hire himself a lawyer to get it back in front of the court. But until we get the first matter resolved that we had, we're not going to get into the other matters.
The contempt proceedings arise out of his appearance in court. So he's still not allowed to just resolve these before he commits himself.
In this stretch, the judge explains exactly why the 30 days were given in the first place: to sit Jamil down, force him to read the law, and learn how court actually works instead of playing YouTube lawyer. He even offers a path forward, saying they can handle future hearings by Zoom from jail. But he draws a hard line. Nothing moves until Jamil presents himself and serves that time. It quietly underlines that a court order is not a suggestion.
And that'll conclude it. I still see Mr. Lockhart here. I don't know what else to do. What else you can do for him, Mrs. Harris?
So, Your Honor,
he continues to disobey the court order. Just continues to do so.
Your Honor, I dare not say. Well, I don't know. I don't think that it's an intentional. Oh, I can't say that.
Wait a minute.
I don't think. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna take that back. I think he has good intentions. I think he now has a better understanding of everything that has taken place.
I don't think so, because he came in here talking about he's appearing on behalf of the person Jameer Lockhart. So I think he's on the same path as he was that got him into this situation.
And Your Honor, we've had that discussion at length in the breakout room. He understands what it would take to resolve his matters. He understands how he has to represent himself in court. And so I think he's in a position that he wants to resolve these matters. We've had the discussion. We asked for leniency and mercy from the court. I understand if the condition is that he still has to do 30 days in the Wayne County Jail, although we would ask if the court would reconsider that sentence now that he has taken the time to actually listen to advice of counsel and be made fully aware of how he should present himself in court. I know that it's his.
Now we see the fallout from the breakout room. The attorney insists Jamil finally understands the rules and sincerely wants to resolve everything. But the judge isn't convinced at all. From his view, Jamil walked in using the same appearing on behalf of nonsense that got him into trouble before, proving he's still stuck in the same sovereign citizen mindset that derailed him. For the judge, promises mean nothing without changed behavior.
Intention to resolve these matters without any further court appearances or draining any further resources or delaying the process anymore. And I know that the court doesn't want to delay the process any further. I understand his behavior is what put us in this position as of right now, but we're just hoping to resolve today if the court will allow.
I'm not moving. I gave him ample, it's a 27 plus, maybe 30 plus minute video. I gave him ample opportunity. And I'm not moving.
I mean, Your Honor, in that video, I did apologize to you for, I guess.
You apologize after you got the 30 days. I'm not.
I apologize after the offense was. I don't know what else I would apologize.
You still haven't showed up, and it's been over a year, and now you want me to have some sympathy for you and to resolve the matters. I have no sympathy for you at all.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to discuss We tried to give you a fair opportunity to be heard. You keep spewing these legal theories that I've never heard of before. And I've given you an opportunity at that date to speak with the lawyer. You refused that. You refused all the opportunities I've given you. And you came in here another time a couple of months ago, and I told you we weren't going to hear it then. You got to go report to the Wayne County Jail. So you've had ample opportunity.
You'd have me go to jail.
No.
This part is all about consequences versus excuses. The attorney leans on family hardship and lost income, asking the court to show mercy and reconsider the jail term. The judge responds with history. Jamil talked over the court, rejected help, refused to follow directions again and again. The message is clear. Respect is a two-way street, and Jamil never once held up his end. In the end, his track record weighs more than his hardship plea.
On behalf of Jamil Lockhart, I do understand that, and I know the court may hear this often, but he does have a family that he supports. It would be a great hardship on his family, his resources, and his sense of economy in terms of his job if he would have to submit himself to 30 days in the Wayne County Jail. I understand that the court is not inclined to change that.
I didn't just give him the 30 days on the, he should have thought about that when I was asking him. I let him speak when I was asking him to not try to overtalk the court. Let me give him an opportunity to speak. He continued to disobey that. He should have thought about that then. There's a whole lot of people up in the penitentiary that have families that they take care of, and he's not going to the penitentiary. It's just county jail. So I'm just not moved.
Would this court consider amending it in such a way that he could only do weekends to complete his 30 days?
Yeah, but he hasn't even come to done anything. I'm not inclined to do anything for Mr. Jameer Lockhart or the person of Jameer Lockhart or whatever he wants to be called or however he wants to be described himself. Jamil Lockhart.
So, Your Honor, he has the matters that are set on the docket for today. He has presented himself to the court.
Here the defense reaches for a compromise, asking if Jamil can serve his time on weekends so he can keep working. The judge isn't buying it for a second. He notes Jamil hasn't even started the sentence he already owes and sees no reason to soften anything. He does make one small move, lifting the warrant and setting a pretrial date, but the full 30 days in Wayne County still stand. The court is making it clear. Accountability comes before comfort.
Case numbers SP 1247989, counts 1, 2, and 3. State of Michigan. Now the laws just don't apply to him. State of Michigan versus Jamil Amir Lockhart, case number SX 378-29611. Appearance for the record, please.
Sherika Harris, on behalf of Jamil Lockhart, sir, could you state the name of the person that you are representing on the record, please, or that you identify, please?
So my name is Jamil Lockhart.
All right.
Yeah, there is currently a recommendation if the court would allow a plea.
No, he's going to have to go do the time.
So, sir, as we discussed, I think you would be better suited if you, 1, hire an attorney, 2, go to the Wayne County Jail and submit yourself so that your matters could be resolved. I understand that when you appear in court, there's different.
This section shows the judge forcing clarity in the record. He calls the case formally, has counsel state appearances, and then makes Jamil say his legal name out loud instead of hiding behind word games and fake roles. The judge again tells him bluntly, hire an attorney, turn yourself in, and only then can these matters be resolved. No more magic language, just real action. This is where the performance ends and the real person is on record.
Oh, Your Honor, I'm not a criminal. I just want to handle this, get this over with.
I didn't say you were a criminal, sir. I didn't listen.
No, I know you didn't.
I didn't say you were a criminal. As it stands now, these are allegations. So until there's an adjudication of either guilt or not guilt, that'll determine, whether you're a criminal or not. So I don't know. You got these allegations out here. So I didn't make that comment. You were a criminal.
Right. No, I'm not saying that you did. But I just want to handle this and, put this to rest. At this point, I feel like it's taken up too much of my time, too much of, your time, I'm sure. And,
this is what I do every day, sir. I serve the city residents of the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan and whoever comes in here. So it doesn't take up my time. This is what we do.
Yeah. So yeah, and continuing, I would just like to, get this over with, pay whatever fines need to be paid. I would like to have my license back. I can't rent a car when I travel. I would like to be able to do that. So civil offense.
Thought about that last year, over a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, I just want to resolve this.
Now Jamil tries a softer pitch. He insists he's not a criminal, just wants everything handled, and complains that the case is taking up too much of his time and freedom, especially without a license. The judge calmly reminds him these are still only allegations and that this process is exactly what court is for. It's Jamil's own choices, not the system, dragging this out. It's obvious who controls the pace here, and it's not the defendant.
Whatever I owe for those offenses, I'm willing to pay, and it'll be done with this situation. I truthfully don't think it's your, mission to put people in jail that have not harmed anybody or committed any offense against, any actual live human being. I'm only guilty of speaking out of turn. And, I should have handled this differently. I can see that now, but I really just want to get this whole situation rectified, and whatever the charges are that I need to pay, I'm willing to do that, and I'll put this to rest.
All right. I'll let him speak. Next pretrial date is September 22nd.
Yeah,
Well,
In this part, Jamil reframes his past behavior as just speaking out of turn and claims he's never harmed anyone. He says he finally sees he should have handled it differently and wants to pay whatever fines are owed to make it all go away. It's a classic late-game apology, focused on his inconvenience, not on the fact that he ignored multiple direct court orders for a year. The judge has heard this pattern before and isn't easily convinced.
Judicial tenure complaints that I have against you, I think you have a duty to recuse yourself from any of my cases.
I haven't been privy to any judicial tenure complaint. My first duty is the duty to sit, and I feel that I
put it in your mailbox.
Okay, well, all right. Well, the Judicial Tenure Commission will have to come, and I'll have to respond to them accordingly if they present something to me.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Have a great day, sir. Next court date, 9/22. You're still expected to turn yourself into the Wayne County Jail.
Well, Your Honor, I would ask one final argument. I understand that he may have indicated he did not want an attorney to represent him. Jail time is a very harsh penalty. And I know that the court didn't just immediately come to that decision. I would ask if the court would consider some of the things that were stated on the record in terms of he now has a better understanding. He is remorseful.
Here the mask slips completely. Jamil admits his filed federal claims and judicial complaints against the very judge is asking for mercy from, then demands recusal like it's a simple reset button. The judge doesn't flinch. He explains his first duty is to sit on the case, not run from it, and makes it clear that outside filings won't scare him off or erase consequences. It's a reminder you can't litigate your way out of self-made damage.
That needs to be sitting in jail. I'm an upstanding individual. I have a lot of people that depend on me, and I haven't harmed anyone, and I never would.
Understood. Thank you for that allocation. But on behalf of defense would now move to ask if the court would allow a hearing on the contempt proceedings.
That hearing has sailed. He has been gone. He has 30 days for the hearing. Procedurally, that has sailed a long time ago.
So he already had a hearing on it?
No, we asked him, offered a hearing on that. We offered him an attorney on that before we entered into found him in contempt. We offered him to speak with the lawyer on that day. He chose not to. It's been over, I would say, quite frankly, a year at least. The motion he was going to file a motion by 5/27/2022. It's been a long time. Those ships have sailed.
But Your Honor, arguably he didn't have the assistance of counsel. So I would ask, did we go through all of the steps for him to waive his right to counsel in that type of proceeding?
Well, you can go back and look at the transcript. If he wants some representation now, he can either be a court-appointed a lawyer, or he can hire a lawyer on his own. But at this juncture, I'm not inclined. I get people tell me I'm too lenient, and I'm a defense judge, and I try to be fair to every.
The attorney makes one last push, asking to turn the jail term into a fine and even reopen the contempt hearing from scratch. The judge methodically shuts it all down, reminding everyone that Jamil was already offered a hearing, offered a lawyer, and chose defiance instead of listening. Those procedural windows closed long ago. What's left now isn't debate, it's enforcement. By now, theory is over. Only consequences and follow-through remain.
Body that comes through here. I gave Mr. Lockhart, and I'm giving Mr. Lockhart now, over a half hour when other people only get 5 minutes to speak. I gave him ample time today and back when he came in court the last time. And you say that he's changed, but he came into court today spewing the same stuff that he started out before he talked to you, that he did when he was there. I read those motions that he filed, which was in the court's eyes, had no basis in law whatsoever. None. I've never seen those legal theories that he's purporting. I don't know if well, let me strike that. I've seen those legal theories that he's purported, but I've never seen those in the rules of court rules. I've never seen that in any of the law books that I've ever read. So I told him this back then, that he needs to go get the rules. I gave him an opportunity to read the rules of procedure. He refused everything. Now, it's a transcript of it. You can order the transcript. He can hire his own lawyer, and he'll get whatever kind of hearing that he will get. I'm not going to recuse myself from the case.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have nothing further.
The final stretch is the judge's verdict on the whole saga. He talks about being known as lenient and fair, then explains how much time and patience Jamil has burned through with baseless legal theories. He sets a pretrial date, repeats the order to report to Wayne County Jail, and leaves no wiggle room. Court patience has limits, and has hit them. If you enjoyed this breakdown, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.